Okay, my beautiful, where were we? Do you remember what page we finished on? It's like another channel. Okay. Here. Are you finally ready to come to bed? Stay there. I'm looking forward to this all day. No more video games. Okay. Your mind is probably racing from everything you did today and all the video game action. So I was wondering if you wanted to read together again. Okay, I really liked that last time. And I think that we both like the animal magazine, so maybe we can just continue on that together. Okay. Well then, let's get cozy and relax, and I'll just read to you again tonight. Sound good? Come hither. Okay, my beautiful, where were we? Do you remember what page we finished on? I don't remember, but maybe if I see it, I'll remember. I think it was this one. Metacognition. The ability to think about our own thoughts is especially important to humans. We consciously reflect on our memories and consider the state of our knowledge. These processes inform moment-to-moment decisions, what to learn about, whether to act on uncertainty, and shape our self-awareness. This metacognition, as it's formally known, is arguably our most sophisticated ability. Metacognition was once considered absent from animals. Instead, they were thought to rely on instinct and associative learning alone, a difficult proposition to test, but made tractable by experimental methods that measure how animals deal with uncertainty. In one such experiment, monkeys are presented with a test requiring them to identify previously memorized patterns. A correct answer earns a big food reward, and a wrong answer earns nothing. Or they can opt to skip the test and receive a small but guaranteed snack. That's me. The more confident a monkey feels about her knowledge, the more likely she'll take her chances. And indeed, monkeys prefer to take the test shortly after learning the patterns rather than hours later when the memories have faded. Makes sense. Evolutionary aid. In similar experiments, rats are less likely to take all or nothing tests of their ability to discriminate between beeps of differing lengths when the sounds are nearly identical. Like monkeys, they too seem to have a metacognitive appreciation of their abilities. This should come as no surprise. Metacognition is an evolutionary useful way of reacting to uncertainty and changing conditions. The pressures favoring its development have certainly not acted upon humans alone. An open question is how metacognition interacts with a sense of self. Some scientists think it's entirely Others say that self-awareness exists independently and that most of our own emotions and experiences are felt and processed without requiring such high-level reflection. What do you think about that? Oh, I got a spider here. They don't look as scary when they're all blown up, large photo. But when they're hopping around your floor, they're really scary. Mental time travel. Visitors to Sweden's Furuvik Zoo were once advised to keep an eye on the sky, especially when venturing near the enclosure of a chimpanzee named Santino. He'd made a habit of throwing stones, which he'd gathered. I like this monkey. Which he'd gathered hours in advance and hidden behind logs at unsuspecting visitors, compelling evidence that he planned consciously for their visits. You know what? That's funny, but it's also sad because that means he didn't like the situation. He was mad. He wanted to lash out, and I support that. And I want him to go to a free-range sanctuary. He engaged in what scientists call mental time travel, imagining oneself in the past, or in Santino's case, the future. In other words, living life autobiographically with a sense of one's own story. Whether animals can mentally travel in time was long a matter of scientific debate. A great many species engage in what certainly looks like planning. For example, every fall chickadees cache thousands of seeds that they'll eat throughout the winter. Chickadee, I like that word. Jumping spiders stalking prey at a distance seem to have a sense of where they'll need to be in a few seconds. But is that not spatial awareness versus mental time travel? Like, they might just know how long it's going to take to hop, but I guess I don't know enough about them to draw that conclusion. From an evolutionary perspective, reflecting on the past and planning for the future has clear benefits. Yet there are other possible explanations. Spiders might follow only some rote trajectory calculating programs. Perhaps chickadees instinctively tuck seeds away, and after later finding them, associate hiding with reward and repeat the behavior without explicitly thinking of the future. It's like when you're eating popcorn and you drop one down your shirt and then you eat it later. It's exciting. Or when you eat it. Against that possibility can be set findings of chickadees experimentally demonstrating behavior suggestive of anticipatory cognition or a consciousness of near future events. Whether they're truly engaging in mental time travel will never be settled. The study of animal minds doesn't often work like that. How are you feeling? Are you getting sleepy, honey? Getting sleepy, honey. We can only triangulate different lines of evidence and make qualified judgments, but the possibility is there, something that most scientists would have dismissed just a decade ago. Retracing steps. Some of the strongest evidence of mental time travel comes from rats, who possess the same neurological network that underlies this ability in humans. When after navigating mazes, their brain activity is monitored, those networks are active as if the rats mentally retrace their steps and plot future paths. We don't know for sure what's happening in their minds, but the evidence is powerfully suggestive. Poor rats. I don't support that at all. If they're traveling mentally in time, what do they see? It's fun to imagine forms of mental time travel different from our own. Perhaps an animal simultaneously imagines himself in many futures at once, or alternatively, can access only episodes of particular importance, so that life unfolds not like a scroll, but in a chapbook fashion. As for rats, it's been argued that their mental journeys could be so rich as ours, which are populated with hypothetical scenarios and multiple actors. Yet that hypothesis narcissist may contain that old habit of viewing human behavior as exceptional and judging animal behaviors by whether they meet our standards. Next time you see a rat, consider that she might be thinking of what's relevant to her, remembering the night she found a slice of pizza, worrying about traps and poison, and looking forward to a cozy morning at home with the family. Look at this. People hate rats, but I don't hate rats. Obviously, I don't want them living in our house, but they're pretty cute. I love squirrels too, and people who call squirrels like rats and look down on them. I don't like that. Okay, honey, I'm getting tired of reading. I think I'm gonna go take off my makeup and then we can